Hey guys, Applesauce here. Applesauce Boss, that is. And I'm doing my first episode of Redstone tutorials. Now, I'm just showing you guys today some basic stuff. But I will be showing you guys how to do Redstone stuff. Stuff I can do with Redstone that people like to know. So, today I'm just doing basic stuff like, levers and stuff. Like, special types of switches. Now, this one we're going to start off with an AND gate. What an AND gate means is both levers have to be on for the thing to activate. See, this one doesn't activate it, but once we set the other one is. If we turn it off, it didn't. If we turn that one off, that turns off. So they both have to be on. Okay, now I'm going to teach you how to build this one. Now here is your input, and then here's just the block where you have the redstone. Now you can run input into this or however you want to. Like say you put it on an adventure map and you got your two levers that you have to hit here and here. And then you can also, so you can put those two together, and then you can just run into those two inputs. And on those two input blocks you put a piece of redstone torch, and then in the middle, redstone. And now, there's two ways you can do this here. You can either make it so both levers have to be off to make the thing go on, or both levers have to be on. I personally like it so both levers have to be on to make the device activate, because I think it just makes more sense. So that's why I added a torch here, and then you run this piece of redstone out from that torch to wherever you need to put it to, where I just put it to a piece of a piston with a block on it for now. So one doesn't work, but then we put the second one. Works, and then yep. And the way this works is when you turn on one redstone torch, this redstone torch is still giving power. Like say if I turn this one off, still giving power, so it's still keeping it off because I put an inverter there, or it's still turning it on if you choose not to put the inverter. But then once you put this on, it turns off this torch and puts a redstone torches on, and then it activates your device. But if you add one of them, it would turn on the redstone and turn it off. So that's why you need both of them in the on position to activate it. And so that is an AND gate. And next I will show you is a lever that both of them have to be in opposite states for it to be off. So either if they're in the same state. So here, they're in opposite states, they're off. But if you turn that one on, it's on. Off. And then it's on, off, off. Pretty simple. So we're gonna go over here. We're gonna go build. So you get your input, then you can run this wherever you want it, or just like say run to your adventure map or wherever you're using this on, wherever you're putting it, and then just kind of get your levers. And then put it into the blocks. And so on your first one here, actually for this purpose, since I don't want to make a mess, I'm just going to put the levers on the input blocks themselves. But you can also just run redstone into the block. And so for here, you just, on the left hand one, you just put a redstone torch on the right side, and then back here, you put redstone repeater, redstone repeater, redstone repeater. And then this is really simple. Piston, block, redstone, wire it up to your device. So it's on if it's in the same states, which they are right now. But then you turn it on, and this block, and it turns off. And so, same states. On. So what's happening here is, since they're in the same state here, since it's off right now, this one's off right now, this block is not giving power through here. It's not getting power, and so this torch is in the on position, sending power through this block into the redstone onto your contraption. But then if you hit this block, it moves the piston out of the way, so the redstone cannot get through. But then if you turn this on, redstone power will be going through here, then activate it. And then turn that moves away, you can't do it, but then you activate that, and it goes through and onto it. And then the final thing we're going to be covering today is T flip-flops, which are very simple things to build. They just got to get the right timing on the second one I'm going to show you. So what they do is they make buttons act like levers. See? Now this will always stay on, and then flip it again, turns off, and then the same thing, this one does the same. This one just works faster. Now I'm going to show you how to build both of them. We're going to build this one first, which is the slower version. So you're going to build piston, block, space, and then piston. They're facing the center. Then you want to get your 2 blocks, and then a redstone torch on either side, and then on both sides, and then put redstone on top of each other. Now this is the 2 pieces of redstone that you're going to have to power to activate the machine. So this redstone is your input. So then you wire it up to wherever you need to go. So say we're just going to wire it up to this button right here. And then what you do is you take one of the pistons, one of the blocks underneath here, which I'll just take this one, and then you put a redstone torch, and then wire it up to your device, which is just going to be my piston. And then, and the way this works is this performs some sort of glitch that I do not completely understand, but the 2 pistons swap states, so this one turns off and then this one extends. So when that happens, when it extends, if I can just turn this on here, when it extends, the block on top of the redstone torch is giving power to the block, and the block, since it has power, the redstone here is being powered and then goes onto your device. Now that's a very simple one, but here's a little more complicated one, but it works a little faster. Now what you're going to do is you're going to have your input here, and then on your input block on the right of it, you're going to have a redstone torch, and then behind your input block, a repeater on 3 delay. And then redstone, redstone, and then another block, doesn't matter what it is, as long as it can carry redstone signal. And then you put a piece of redstone on top, and then your torch. And then what this is a pulse generator. So it will take the piston of the pulse and watch the torch on the end there. It just flashes. So I'll do it again. What that is doing is it's taking the longer pulse of a button and making it very short. And what we're going to use that for is when a piston gets a very short pulse, it will shoot out its block, and I kind of spit it out and leave it out there. So we use that here, and then what we do is we place a piston at the end of the torch, and then you put a block, and then redstone torch, and wire it to whatever. But this one, it's a little glitchy, so you have to use redstone repeater if you're wiring a piston to it. And then you add it. So what happens is this redstone pulse generator shoots a quick pulse, and the piston activates and puts out and shoots out the block, leaving it suspended above the torch, and the torch gives power to the block, and therefore it carries the power to your mechanism, like so. Activate. And then also we could just wire it up via redstone and repeaters, and just wire that up. It's still same thing that does the action. Just, that's all you gotta do. And that's it for today. I will cover more. Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe, guys.